In this video, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of Google Ads versus Google SEO. And if you're watching this video, it's probably because you own a landscaping business and you're trying to figure out where to direct most of your efforts to grow your landscaping business utilizing Google. Now, I'm going to show you in this video how Google breaks down and where you should be focusing on in order to grow your business. So we're going to head over to the computer screen. I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. If you can see here on the screen, we actually have a search phrase pulled up. It says landscaping companies near me. Now, at the very top of Google, you're going to see different sponsored sections, and these are considered ads. Now, anytime somebody clicks on one of these ads, whether they call you or not, if they land on your website and then decide to leave, you're going to be charged a certain amount of money. Whatever you decided to have your CPC set at, which is cost per click, it could range anywhere from $5 to $30. It just really depends on what city you're marketing in and what specific service you're trying to push. Now, as I've said in the past, Google Ads is a great way to start a business. It's not a good way to scale a business, and I'm going to explain to you why. Basically, what happens is not everybody clicks on Google Ads. It's only about 20% of the population that are searching for something specifically on Google. For this specific search phrase, it'd be landscaping services. About only 20% of the people searching per day will actually click on an ad, and not all of those people will convert. And so what ends up happening if you're a new business trying to get started, or if you're a person that doesn't have good SEO, your only way or source of leads is through Google Ads. And what happens is it gets saturated. So if I look right now on my screen, we're gonna start to see all the companies in this area that are running ads, and there's a full drop down of all these companies who are running ads at the moment. And what happens is if you're trying to share only 20% of their traffic with a lot of companies, let's say there's 30 of them in my general area, it is a lot of people to have to share 20% of your leads with. Basically what ends up happening between you guys, it's a bidding war to try to stay relevant at the top of Google Ads with so many people trying to run the same ad for the same service. So now that we've established that only about 20% of the people searching online will actually click on an ad versus the other 80% will end up somewhere else. And I'm going to show you where those people end up. If we keep scrolling down past the ads, we come to this thing called the map pack. And it's been referred to as different things. It's called the 3-pack. It's called the Google My Business, the GPP, Google My Business Profile. There are a ton of different ways to describe this specific section, but I like to just say it's where you can leave reviews, right? So it's where people can see your profile, see your reviews, and then click on your website. This specific area is manipulated through proximity. So wherever your business is registered, the physical address of that business, it doesn't matter if you cover a large service area, it really comes down to where that business is physically registered when you set it up. That is where you're gonna rank. It's typically like a 5-mile radius of where you live. It's what it's actually gonna show up for. This is assuming you have competitors in your area, right? If there are no competitors in your area, your listing will probably rank for like a 30 or 40-mile radius. But in most situations, in most cities, you do have competitors. And so what Google does is it tries to show you businesses that are closest to you to give you a better user-friendly experience. It'd be the same thing as if you were searching for a restaurant to eat. It would show you the restaurants that are closest to you at the moment rather than a restaurant that's an hour away. Now, there are other ranking factors to this specific Google My Business listing, and I'm gonna just dive through a little bit of them, but if you want a more in-depth tutorial on SEO, I'll link a video here on the screen that you can go check out that talks about specific SEO tactics to get you to rank better. The second ranking factor would be the name of the business. Does the name of the business help you generate leads for the specific type of business you're trying to rank for? So in this scenario, we're looking for landscaping companies. So it makes sense that most of these companies listed here would have the words landscaping in them, lawn care, something along those lines so that it matches up with the search. And as you can see here, the top 3 all include the words landscape in them. And now I know that this sounds very simple, but a lot of people name their business the wrong way, and I've seen it hundreds of times now. The real reason that they don't rank is because the name does not help them rank. The third ranking factor is going to be your primary service category, and when you set up your Google My Business profile, they give you a primary service category and then a bunch of secondary categories that you can sign up for. You want to make sure that your primary service category meets the exact type of work that you're trying to get. In this situation, you would want to be listed as a landscaper. And one way to find out what people in your area are classified as is if you go over to the actual Google My Business right next to the stars, it'll say landscaper next to them. It also says landscaper next to this one. So all three are landscapers. There are other categories such as lawn care or landscape designer. Now the next place that you'd want to show up after this section would be the organic SEO section. And this is where the websites show up individually. And as you can see here, at the very top, we have White Oak Landscapes, and they actually have a title on their website, or the title of this specific page is titled Landscaping and Landscape Maintenance, Oregon City. Now, the reason that this is important is because a title of a specific page or a title of a website is what's going to drive traffic to that specific page. Now, we typed in the words landscaping companies near me. We didn't type the words Oregon City. But this is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that Google actually picks up the city that you're in based on your actual physical location. So when Google prompts you to finish a phrase in near me, it's actually looking for the specific city that you're standing in, well, to give you a title that matches that from a website. So now that we know that this is called a title, the words underneath it are called a meta description. And if you can see here, Google has actually put in bolds a lot of the words that we might be searching for based on our search phrase. You can see it says here, landscaping, lawn care, landscape maintenance, and then the words Oregon City right there. So the reason I'm showing you this is because these are two of the most important factors to ranking a specific page of your website. It is the title and the meta description. The third determining factor will be your H1 tag. And the way to find that is if you click on the website, when you land on the website, what you're looking for is bold text. And bold text is considered header text, and there's different variations of header text. There's H1 text, H2, all the way down to like H8. And the key here is to have one specific H1 tag per page, a few H2 tags, and then H3 tags. But more specifically, you can only have one H1 tag, and it should reflect the search phrase that you're trying to rank for. In this specific scenario, we're trying to rank for landscaping services in Oregon City. Now, when we're looking for this H1 tag, all you want to do is you want to highlight the phrase, and you want to right click and hit inspect. This will bring up dev mode, and it'll tell you what this is classified as. So this is classified as an H2 tag. So that's not the word that we're looking for, the phrase that we're looking for. But if we keep going down, we can start to see some of the things that they might have done wrong on the specific website. For example, this should not be an H2 tag. View our work. It's not something you want to rank for. And from what I'm seeing right now, I'm not seeing any H1 tags that are specific to landscaping services in Oregon City. So what this is telling me is that there is a chance here to outrank this company because they're not utilizing all three of the main ranking factors. So this is one thing you could be doing to analyze your competitors in your area to see if you can outrank them. Look at their title of each page, look at their meta description, and look at their H1 tag to see if they all make sense and to see if there's some area for improvement where you can come in and take over this specific area. So now you know the breakdown of Google Ads versus SEO. You understand that 20% of the population will click on an ad and the other 80% will click on some sort of SEO organic listing. Now, it's not to say that Google Ads doesn't work. They do tend to work better during the busy season and also if you have them set up correctly. I have a more specific video that talks about setting up Google Ads and it'll be linked somewhere here on the screen. Go check that out. If I could leave you with one last piece of advice, it would be to try and start your business utilizing Google Ads and then slowly get away from them by building your SEO. And the way you're gonna do this is with a good website, with good structure, with lots of pages, and having a good Google My Business profile that ranks on its own. If you need more help with this, or if you need an SEO audit on your website, we offer a free website audit over at landscapingmoney.com, or you can call me here to the number on the screen. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.